Hello, welcome to DK Bowl Chat. I'm so glad you're here. I'm working on a Highway 101 view of a rock formation that has a tree growing out of it. Well, we don't see the tree yet, but we will. If you stick with me long enough, we will. Putting in the tan parts of the rock here. And then there's sand in the front here. So I'm glad you're here. And if you are a fellow artist, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I have a plain knife, no paint on it. And I'm just pulling through the paint I just put on there. Or pushing maybe through it. Let's see what what happens when I do that. There we go. I'm gonna pull down on it. There we go. And it just disrupts the thick line that I had on there. And rinse off my knife. I'm just pushing around paint. There we go. I'm going to get some more tan. It's a little bit darker tan than what I have on there. So I'm mixing brown, black, and a little bit of white. I'm just going to put a little here and there. So it'll be much more detailed probably later. And this is acrylic. What I'm going to do, what my plan is to, once this acrylic dries, I will paint in oil on the whole painting, starting with the background. For now, I'm just doing these rock formations because I want them to have a little bit of texture compared to the background. And same here. Get rid of the brush strokes on there, or even just the knife move. You know, I have the way I was going was side to side. I'm going to go up and down on that. I'm just putting in the colors that I see in the shadows on this rock. I love to paint. I've painted since 2004. It's been a little while. I remember when I started painting, I had a bunch of unfinished projects in my closet, including crochet, sewing, else was in there? Lots of crafts, doing lots of crafts kind of stuff. And they were half finished. I didn't finish them. They were in my closet, and I started painting with a friend of mine that was an artist. I remember my husband said at the time, well, how long do you think this is going to last? If I had hindsight. If I had all the information I have now, back then, I could have said, oh, I don't know, 2030, 2040, I don't know, but instead, I said, I don't know. Over time, as I was painting, I realized this is all I want to do is paint. Each time I start out with a new canvas, it's a new challenge for me. I know God is with me creating. The Holy Spirit's helping me because that's what He created me to do. So I know that that's happening, but each time is a new challenge because I see the picture and I say to myself, I want to try painting that, and then I go for it. The Holy Spirit and God are with me, and that's what helps me. I think that's definitely what helps me get it all done and persevere, not, quit like I did with the other projects, which, by the way, I never went back to any of them. I don't even crochet anymore in the summer or in the winter when it's cold, and you want to have like a blanket on you. I don't crochet anymore. Because when I would finish the projects, I'd be like, okay, what am I going to do with this? This way, painting, I can just go ahead and sell the painting. And it's awesome because they connect with different collectors, and like this one's being created for somebody. I don't know who, but they will buy it and they will be happy with it, and I love that. I just love it. So I just keep creating, and when people connect with the pieces, I am more than happy to sell them to them. I have my website at dkboldjat.com, and you all know where my YouTube page is. I have an Instagram. It's at dkboldjat as well. Yeah, I love to paint. I'm not turning back. I do have to adjust my computer to the screensaver to be on there less instead of going on, I can just leave it on there longer to not turn off and go to screensaver, where it starts moving around the screen. But anyway, it's back on there now. So anyway, I definitely am, this is what I will do till I die. Because as I said, each one's a new challenge, and I can't get bored with it. Each one is different. There's no way to get bored with it. It'd be one thing if you were painting the same, like if you had to paint a whole bunch of the same thing, that might be boring, but I haven't ever had to do that. Put a little shadow on the side of this log, which goes up into this side of this. Put it up in there. Fallen tree, looks like. So what do you do? Do you paint? Do you create art? Leave me a note. I would love to hear from you. Do you like to watch people creating art? Because you know what? I used to love to watch Bob Ross. Remember Bob Ross? I used to love to watch him. That was after I learned how to paint. I learned how to paint acrylics, and then I saw Bob Ross on Channel 10. I was like, I just love this guy. He's great. And I ended up learning a lot of things about oil from him, which I now incorporate into what I'm doing. Not this rock in particular, because he didn't do acrylic, but as far as I know, he didn't. I just know for all intents and purposes, you could easily use some of the techniques that he does with acrylic as well. It just dries quicker. And what's going to be cool about this is when I'm doing the oil part, I will be able to add shadows where I need to with the oil paint right over the rock. Change the color up if I need to. Putting in a little bit of shadow here. But yeah, I like to hear from you guys. I really like to hear your comments, especially the positive comments. Those are great. And yeah, what you do, what you're working on. It's great to meet new people on here. Okay, so I've got shadow put in that rock. I'm gonna brush out this brush stroke that's there. And I'm gonna call it good for today. I'm so glad you joined me. And I will be here next time working on this as well. I'm gonna need to put a tree in here, so that might be what I do in the next video. And the tree's right on top of this rock formation growing. But for now, I'm gonna call it done. Yeah, and I'm glad you joined me. Please like the video if you do, and please subscribe to my channel. There will be much more videos. I enjoy doing videos. I never knew I did, but I do enjoy doing videos. And I hope to encourage you to create if you're a creator. And if you're not a creator, I'm glad you're here. Enjoy. I'm sure you do other things that are just as fun, right? Okay, playing with the white. I'm going to call it good for today. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for subscribing to DK Bold Job. And God bless you, my friend.